Hello and welcome to the Cardiff City Stadium for our brand new show, The Starting 11. Our proud nation's hopes and dreams could very well be realised right here this evening. And I'm delighted to say that for the next 30 minutes or so, myself and Gemma Granger, we were trying not to get wet, but Welsh weather has prevailed. So we're going to be guiding you through. We'll have team news, of course, as soon as it is released. And we've also got reporters dotted around the ground to build up to what could be the most significant game in our history. From a nation that was languishing to now one that is thriving. Many football fans, including myself, thought we'd never get to see Wales represent in a major tournament, let alone at a World Cup. But here we are, 90 minutes away from putting behind us the thoughts of that Romania defeat, the Scotland defeat, and most recently, that defeat to the Republic of Ireland. Now, before we move on, I'd just like to say a few words about today's opponents, Ukraine, because in the face of adversity, they really have shown the utmost strength and resilience. And whilst, of course, we want different outcomes on the pitch here this evening, we are united in what we want to see off the pitch. So now back to today's game, and it's time to head over to Gabriella Jiggs, who I believe is lurking with intent outside the players' entrance.
Well, I'm right out here outside the stadium. The teams have arrived very early and there's been crowds of people here, plenty of Ukraine fans. The atmosphere is building, it's getting buzzing here. And I'm joined by a little guest here, Arabella. So she has been to a few Wales games, haven't you? You're a massive football fan. How are you feeling about today's final?
Good.
And we've just seen Gemma Granger chatting to Abby, and you met Gemma a few weeks ago, didn't you? And tell me about who you play for and what you were looking forward to today.
I play for Baglan and the Sevens.
And who are you looking forward to playing? We've just seen all the players come off the bus. Are you excited to look to see Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you can see here, there's plenty of Ukraine fans as well, which is incredible to see. Everyone's chanting. The players have come off the bus. We've all been waiting to see them. And hopefully, Wales are on the brink of history this afternoon. Hopefully we can do it, beating Ukraine. And I'm so excited, but I'm also very nervous. But how about you, Abby? What's going on with you now?
We are very much looking forward to this. Let's go and catch up with Tommy as well, shall we? This won't mean anything to you, but I thought his name was Tommy Couse. It's not actually, but we're going to still refer to him as Tommy Couse. Tommy, how are things looking with you?
Talking English, what are you going to ask me? I've been talking English. I've been talking English. It's a simple thing. I'll let you go on. I can't English. Yeah. I got it. There you go. Should we do it now? Right. There you go. We're live. Tell me when. There we go. I mean, what's your name, boss? Luke Evans. Luke Evans. And he's from Welshpool? Welshpool. Welshpool, and absolutely. And what do you think tonight?
We're going to win tonight. I've got all the confidence in the boys. I reckon 2-0.
2-0.
What do you reckon?
It doesn't matter what I reckon, mate. I'm paid to ask questions, not to know what the score is. But yeah, no, absolutely. And you boys come down. I know a few of you boys as well come down from Mid Wales. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah. The numbers that you bring down as well.
Yeah, we travel all over the world watching these boys all the time. Anywhere, we'll be there.
Absolutely.
From Estonia down to Azerbaijan, China.
I've just got to ask you in terms of what are you expecting? I mean, if we get there, if we get to the World Cup, I mean, it'd be fantastic if we win this game. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting a lot of beers being drunk, but
in Qatar?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Fantastic.
It might cost me a loan or something like that.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Hey, brilliant. Good to see you, boss. Good to see you. Top man. Brilliant. So we're here by the Spirit of 58 stage. We've got Sue's friends here. They're too shy to speak, I think. I don't know. But yeah, the atmosphere is absolutely building here, and we're gonna just wander over a little bit more. How are we doing? You okay? How's it going? And yeah, what's your name?
Carl.
Carl, are you confident for this game tonight?
I am. I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it.
In terms of prediction, if you have to give a score prediction, what are you giving, Carl?
2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
To Ukraine or Wales?
To Wales.
Good man. But in terms of, I mean, this is massive for Welsh football, isn't it? I mean, you know, we've been waiting a long time. You know, I'm not going to guess your age, Carl, but you know, you've been waiting a long time yourself. There you go. You're younger than me, boss. Yeah. But no, absolutely massive for Welsh football. And in terms of like a legacy, this is huge, isn't it?
Yeah. Win or lose, this group of players has just been fantastic to watch over the last, since before the Euros, really, since 2012, 13 onwards. It's just been.
And just talk us through this atmosphere, Carl. It's absolutely awesome. It's building, isn't it?
I've never seen it this buzzing so early before.
So early.
This is the earliest I've ever been in a stadium in my life. I just didn't see everything going on, particularly in Paris and that. I didn't want to take any chances. So. Yeah,
absolutely brilliant, and enjoy the game, boss.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers, mate.
So yeah, we're just going to go a little bit further in now. Let's see if there's anyone else who wants to talk. I can spot a few more Mid-Wales boys here want to talk. Here we go. Who wants it? There you go.
Mid-Wales doesn't exist.
Mid-Wales doesn't exist. Mid-Wales doesn't exist. What do you think? I mean, in terms of like, you know, you boys come down. I know you do. I see you every single time. You're absolute top lads. This is huge, isn't it, for Welsh football?
Well, is it? There's always next time.
There's always next time. But there's been next time for about like 70 years.
Well, we've got another 70 years then.
I love this guy's patience. Absolute top man.
A big game, isn't it? Big game. We'll win 2-1.
Everyone's saying 2-1 at the moment. I love the positivity. That's it from us. We're going to hand back to Abby over there on pitch side. Take care.
How the majority of fans are feeling. Gemma, we've already seen the players arrive. They're looking quite good ahead of kickoff. You were in the team hotel this morning. How were they?
I think everyone is relaxed, prepared, looking forward to the game. The team will be very much focused on the plan that they want to execute. And, the vibe this morning was prepared, and that vibe, I'm sure, will continue onto the pitch today.
Absolutely. And as we know that you've got two very, very important games coming up yourself in September for the Wales women's team, how much can you learn from just being here today and soaking in this atmosphere?
Yeah, we can learn so much. We learned from the Austria game as well, being in and around the team that day as well. For us, it's one-off games, and it's hard to win one-off games, and that's very much, what we all know is today, and whether that's, the men's team, the women's team. So for us, learning from the staff, their experiences, we'll very much share them across both teams.
And you were laughing before you came over because you said, how are you feeling? And I said, I'm starting to get very nervous. And you said a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are feeling that. You're quite calm, and you think Rob will be as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I think that, Rob, the staff, the team, they're going to be prepared. They're going to be ready. They're going to be ready to deliver their plan. For the team, I'm sure they'll have a mentality around no regrets. So they'll step onto the pitch. They've been waiting for this day. They've been preparing for this day. So that confidence, we should see it today.
Absolutely. And a word on Ukraine. Of course, we've touched upon it already in this show, how difficult things are for them off the pitch at the moment. But on the pitch against Scotland, we were so incredibly impressed, weren't we, with the way that they took the game to Scotland. A disappointing Scotland performance, it has to be said, but it was incredibly impressive, the way they took that game and the way they counterattacked.
Yeah, we can't underestimate Ukraine. On the pitch, they're a very strong team. But what we will do is we'll learn from, the Scotland game and seeing what they were strong at in that game and making sure that we execute and we nullify those threats and make sure that we identify the weaknesses. And that'll be a big part of the game. Today is very much about just playing the game. It's not the occasion. I know that Rob and the staff will very much be sending that message to the players. Of course, off the pitch, we're very united. But on the pitch, it's about, which team is going to deliver their plan and be able to do that best.
And do you think that's a particular strength of all of our Wales age grades, is that we don't take things for granted and we do play things? We've got the heart, we've got the passion, but also we never underestimate opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. In international football, there's never an easy game, and everyone knows that. So for us, we have our strengths and we don't underestimate. But for us, it'll be about delivering that plan. And if we deliver it, then we'll be successful.
Absolutely, and I believe there are a few of your squad members here today. Raza Roberts, after her heroics, if you've not looked at her Twitter account, you need to, because she got married last week, didn't she? And some of her skills in a wedding dress, you must be wondering, is she going to produce that on the football pitch as well?
Yeah, it was an incredible occasion for her, and to see what you're talking about on Twitter, it was a great finish, which I will be asking her about.
And does she do that on the pitch normally? Obviously not in a wedding dress, but is she used to doing that on the pitch?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've never seen it in a wedding dress, as you say, but yeah, she absolutely does. So yeah, looking forward to catching up with her around that.
And nice as well that, you know, for the women, that they can share in this experience, building up to what are, as I mentioned, two incredibly important games.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for us as staff and players, we want to make sure that we're together, you know, the men's, the women's team, and that's why we're here today. You know, we're here as fans, but we're here to support the team, learn from the occasion, because this is the kind of occasion we want to be involved in.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talk about Tash Harding and, you know, she's left Reading. Where's she going to end up next season? Gareth Bale, of course, there are a lot of question marks about his future. But then that makes what Ukraine have done that bit more special, doesn't it? Because a lot of their players haven't had clubs to play for over recent months because of everything that's going on. It just makes this achievement even more incredible.
It does. It absolutely does. You know, the adversity that they've had to overcome, and you know, they'll have worked hard to get those individual players ready. But as international footballers, you know, the same is for us. You know, with Gareth, with Tash, with players who are in season, out of season, playing for their club. You know, playing in Champions League. There's so many different aspects to being an international footballer. So yes, the Ukraine will have, you know, and they have done incredibly well. And it's a similar situation, you know, for us in terms of how you prepare those individuals to come out today and be successful.
Absolutely. And does it feel, you know, when you were in the hotel this morning, does it feel like we're on the cusp of something special, I guess, for both the men's and the women's teams?
It does. It feels like there's an air of preparation, gives you confidence, and that preparation, you know, we can see it. The team have been in and together now for, you know, more than a couple of weeks. So that preparation, you know, the Poland game gave the team an opportunity to step out and have an opportunity to play together, try some different things. And then today is the big one for us, you know, in terms of now the plan comes into action.
Absolutely. And we will have team news for you. I'm just having a look. We're just about 5 minutes away from getting team news. But I just want to ask you, if it was up to you that was picking the team today, would you be starting Kiefer Moore?
I think, you know, starting Kiefer Moore starting is a strong thing. Kiefer Moore coming on is a strong thing as a substitute. So I think it's a win-win, you know, having Kiefer in the squad and having Kiefer fit. That's the real benefit for today. So for me, if he starts, if he comes on, he'll have an impact either way.
Absolutely. And I think he's shown at Bournemouth as well that he can certainly do it as a super sub as well. Gabriella, I believe you've got something for us. What's happening?
Well, Abby, I am joined by some very excited Cymru fans, plenty of bucket hats inside here. How excited are you? Well, the atmosphere is incredible out here. Give me some predictions, guys. What are you thinking tonight?
2-1 win.
So we're going to go to the World Cup?
Yeah!
Let me just go to Josh here. Josh has travelled down from Huddersfield to be here this evening. How was your journey?
It was very long, and just all the nerves are starting to get to me a bit more, and yeah, it was. I'm feeling more nervous now I'm here. So yeah, my prediction would be a 1-0 win. I think it'd be very, very tight against a strong Ukrainian team. They look really strong against Scotland, so I'm expecting no pushover.
And we did just see the Ukrainian team arrive here on the bus just now. But you told me you're a huge Solomon Thomas fan. Of course, we're eagerly waiting the team lineup. Do you think he'll be in it?
I think he'll be in the substitutions. It would be nice to see him come on in like the 70th minute and get some minutes to build his confidence up. But no, yeah, he's a fantastic player. He has been for Huddersfield all season. He's put some cracking balls into the boxes for our players to go in and knock him in. And yeah, he's just a class player in general, yeah.
And you said there you think it's going to be a 1-0 win. Who's going to score?
Ramsey.
Ramsey? Yeah.
Bale's going to get the assist, Ramsey's going to knock it in.
Well, you heard it there. We've heard 2-1, 1-0, but it sounds like from the fans we're going to head to the World Cup. And Abby, do you have any news on the team sheets?
Are still waiting, but Gemma, I just want to ask you, these players that we have here, if they weren't playing in this game today, they would all be here in the crowds, in their bucket hats, as fans. Connor Roberts alluded to it yesterday. Do you think this close to kickoff that helps or hinders them?
I think it helps because it's a part of that pride, it's a part of that passion. To represent your country is a very special thing, and I think whether you're on the men's team or the women's team, that passion and pride is very much an ingredient of being Welsh. So it absolutely helps because you go that extra mile, you do the extra work, and that is a non-negotiable for any player, male or female, for this country.
Absolutely, and I've seen a lot of people mentioning as well in the build-up to this game, the importance of what Gary Speed did, and I think on a day like today, it is important to reflect on how he started this journey, the way he incorporated things like nutrition into the regime, sports science, and I know we spoke recently, didn't we, about the new high-performance strategy. That's going to push us and elevate us to the next level.
Absolutely, it's part of that progression. Like you said, it was started by Gary, and that legacy for him is what we see today. That continued legacy to prepare to deliver at this level. It's not just about on the pitch; it's the staff, it's the numbers of staff who prepare the team behind the team, who help the team to deliver. So whether that's nutrition, whether that's sports psychology, whether that is getting the players in the best physical condition, that's what the staff team are here to do. And we know that teams that qualify for tournaments, teams that are successful, those behind the scenes aspects are continually developing. So for us to do that and continually develop, creating the high performance plan to build on that legacy is going to be a huge part for the future.
Absolutely, and I guess the pathway system as well that ties nicely into that. We saw it in the Poland game that we can bring players into the starting 11 now, rely on them to do the job, and it's not going to be detrimental to their future development.
Yeah, that having that depth as a manager is absolutely key. So being able to utilise the young players to bring them into different occasions, that's part of what we want to do over years and years. We want to qualify for tournaments consecutively, World Cups, European Championships, and the way you do that is by having a player depth. It's by having, like you said, the pathway in place. All of those experiences lead up to nights, and like you said in the Poland game, that was a really good opportunity for us to do that as a nation, and we'll continue to do that.
And it's something that you're reaping the benefit of as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. The alignment of the pathway, both men's and women's, is so important. And that pathway and how we do that together is a big part of the high performance plan.
Absolutely. And have you started putting the preparations in place for September? Yeah, I know you've got games before that, but have you started putting those plans in place?
We have. We've started those preparations. The game in June for us will help us prepare to deliver in September. So every camp, it gives us an opportunity to be together. It gives us an opportunity to take that next step. And when we play New Zealand in June, we'll very much be preparing for those September games.
Absolutely. And it's very, very exciting. I just want to say to you, before team news is announced, that if you want to come, if you're not at the game today and you'd like to experience this atmosphere, there are still tickets available for our Nations League games. We are going to have team news for you very, very soon. But Gemma, I'm going to get some predictions from you now. I don't know whether you're allowed to do this, but we're going to go for it because we're live and we think that you'll maybe be pressured into giving us answers. But if you've got to give us a score prediction and the person who's going to score the winning goal, who's it going to be?
I'm going to be very, very obvious and say that it's going to be a tight game, but I'm going to go 1-0 Aaron Ramsey.
I love it. I absolutely love that. That's incredible news. So now we're going to do a little substitution because Gemma Granger is going to go. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Hi, Shawnette. There we go. Look at that. What a perfect substitution. Absolutely. If we can make substitutions like that on the pitch today. Now, you've joined us just in time for team news because we now have the starting 11 that is going to start. And the major news is, of course, that Kiefer Moore and Wayne Hennessy are both in the starting 11. How are you feeling about that?
Do you know what? It's an interesting one. I was expecting the same team that we saw against Austria here, but I did expect to see Danny Ward in the goal. So I'm interested to hear sort of what's behind Paige's decision in terms of Wayne. Of course, Wayne's got tremendous experience, so you can see he's exactly sort of the rock that we need. But Danny Ward's performed so well for Wales, but they can both do an excellent job. And then, of course, Kiefer Moore, finally he's back from his injury. He had a tremendous finish to the championship. Of course, he scored that goal to get Bournemouth promoted. So I'm excited. Honestly, my heart is going out.
we go way back, and I can sense the nerves that yeah, we've definitely got them. But Joe Allen as well, I think we need to give a special shout out to, because in that Austria game, the first 10 minutes or so, we were worried that he might get overrun. Obviously, he didn't, and he put in a superb, commanding performance. But he's going to have a lot to do as well out there today, isn't he?
He is. Do you know what? I think this game will be won in midfield. That's what's going to be key for Wales this afternoon. We saw against Scotland just how strong Ukraine are, just how organised they can be. And I think the Welsh midfield, they're the ones I think that are going to have to work the hardest today.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more, and especially, you know, the pace that Ukraine showed on the counter attack, it was absolutely superb. But we were talking with Gemma Granger about how we're always prepared for these situations, and getting to see Ukraine on Wednesday night, that'll certainly stand us in good stead. And the way that Dan James can track back as well, we all know that he's got the pace. The way he can track back, that's going to be crucial.
It is, and I think what's impressed me so much about this Welsh team, especially just when you look at the Poland game, of course, that was a completely different team to what we'll see today. But every single player knew what they had to do. They knew what their role was. They knew what job they had to do. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, and it sounds like a really obvious thing to say, but that's what they're going to have to do today. It's going to be a long 90 minutes. I've got a terrible gut feeling it's going to go to extra time, Abs. I hate that feeling, but I think it's going to be tight. But we can do it. I have every faith in them.
You have a horrible gut feeling. I just have a horrible gut right now because I am incredibly nervous. Are we able to go and cross to Tommy and find out how things are with him? I'm sure the atmosphere is building.
So here we are. You've just heard the end of Johnny Be Good over there. Fantastic. I'm here with Jane. Jane, how good is this atmosphere?
It's amazing, absolutely brilliant, loving it.
And in terms of like, are you excited? How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Talk me through your emotions right now.
A bit of both. I'm excited, nervous, but they're going to do it. I got faith in them. We're definitely going to do it today.
Do you know what? I'm a guy that's had my fingers burnt by being faithful in Wales over the past, but it feels different now, doesn't it? This team, they've given us so many good times. I mean, it feels as if they've got this, doesn't it?
I think, you know, the team that we've got, they're young, but we got the experience as well with the older players. And I think we're definitely going to bring it home. We've definitely got it. We're going to do it today.
Jane, I promised I wouldn't do this, but I've got to push you for a score prediction. Give it to me.
I think it's going to be 1-0 to Wales. Definitely. Come on, boys.
Come on, let's do it. Jane, thank you so much. And as you can hear, the atmosphere here is just unbelievable. We're going to go for a wander now. Let's see if we can speak to someone else. Jane, thank you so much. Here we go. Let's go for a wander. There we go. Let's speak to these boys here. Let's go. Come on. Let's have a talk.
How's it going, mate?
What do we reckon? Are we confident?
Yeah, got to be confident. I think it's going to be a bit of a shaky one, but let's take a 2-1 win. We'll have it.
2-1 win. Yeah. 2-1 win seems to be a popular score. Seems to be a popular score. Are we agreeing with that?
I don't know what he said. What
he said? A 2-1. 2-1 for Wales.
3-1.
3-1. Can we have an advance or 3-1? Can we have an advance? Boys, there we are. Let's go. What do you reckon, boss? Are we confident that Wales are going to get the win here?
Yeah, I'm confident. I think 2-1, do you reckon?
Everyone's saying 2-1. You've got to go with something different.
Okay, 2-0.
I love it. Everyone's confident. Everyone's absolutely loving it here. We're going to go for a bit more of a wander now, I think. And here we are. Here's the main man. The most famous photographer in Wales, ex-karaoke champion of Wales, Mr. Dowling.
Hello, nice to see you all.
What do we reckon?
Oh, it's got to be a win today, isn't it? We're all up for it, aren't we? Look at the crowd, the atmosphere and everything. It's all amazing.
Give me a score prediction. I bet I know what you're going to say.
It's got to be a 1-0 Chris Gunter.
Hey, I've got Darren Thomas. Darren Thomas can have a striking ball here over there now. There you go. Hey boys, what do you reckon? Hey, are we confident?
2-0.
Everyone's confident. I'm absolutely loving the vibes here in the Cancer stand. Absolutely awesome. I just got to ask you though, in terms of how far Wales have come over the last few years. This is awesome, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Didn't expect it until the Euros. We thought that was a peak, but the boys have got much further than we thought.
The thing is, like, yeah, absolutely, in terms of how far they've gone, but, you know, I mean, a World Cup, that's something special, isn't it?
You know, you never think we would get it, would you? But they proved us wrong time and time again. The boys can deliver on a big stage, so...
Let's have it. Confidence?
2-0.
2-0. 2-0. Everyone is absolutely loving it here. We're going to go a bit further. Let's wonder. 2-1. Everyone's saying 2-1. Everyone's saying 2-1. Everyone's saying 2-1. Right. So let's wander over to the Spinner 58 stage over there. A little bit closer. There we go. Here the boys here. Here the boys. Everyone's getting a bit shy now. No one's talking camera. This guy wants to talk on camera. This boy here. So, hey, listen, just give me a quick score prediction.
2-0 Wales.
2-0 Wales. Fantastic. Everyone's confident. Let's get back over to Gabriella pitch side.
Happy, let's go to you.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, as expected, apart from Hennessy, obviously a bit of sentimental value in that. Obviously, I've gone for Kiefer Moore instead of Wilson. I just hope we don't get overrun in the midfield. Hopefully, Gareth and Dan will help out in there. So yeah, please, I trust Rob, definitely 100%.
What about you guys? You happy with that lineup?
Yeah.
Wales!
Key is midfield. If we could get control of midfield, we've got half a chance. You know, we're all right. But if they dominate it like they did against Scotland, we're in.
Nico Williams to score, I think. I fancy him.
So what are your score predictions then?
I'll go with 2-0 Wales.
I'll back Adam.
Yeah.
Well, the atmosphere is getting crazy out here. I don't know if you can hear the music, but it's raring and the crowds are nuts. But are you happy with that lineup as well?
Oh yeah, I think we got it in the bag no matter what, to be honest. Yeah, 2-0, Bale, DJ, Dan James. Yeah, in the bag, I reckon. Confident. Yeah.
Well, everyone is confident. Yeah, so let's go back to you, Abby. Hopefully the crowds are now getting into the stadium and we can't wait to start.
Absolutely. All my friends have left me, but I can confirm that the stands are starting to fill up. We've got so many bucket hats in front of me. It is absolutely sublime to see. So just before we leave you, I'm just going to update you and let you know that if you're not here today, or even if you are here today and you would like tickets for our Nations League games, they are still available. Just head to the FAW website. You can get them there. Information will be on the screen once I've said goodbye to you all. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We're going to continue the build-up to kick-off. We've got David Ewan coming up very shortly, singing Yma o Hyd. Let's go and qualify for a World Cup, shall we? Diolch yn fawr.
biggest achievement in Welsh football history, I think. That's qualifying, and we're all going to be here as well. So do it. We better do it.
I've already got 3 weeks off. And I've not in the NHS in November and December is unheard of, and my manager gives me off. So if I don't go, there's going to be trouble.
It's once in a lifetime opportunity. It's been years since you've been battling for this World Cup. Get out there, do the job, and let's hope we'll be in Qatar. Like my uncle said last night, if we've got to, catch a camel to Qatar.
I just think that they're kind of a good representation of what Wales is about. Just, you know, nice lads that like to have a good time.
Amazing.
Who's going first? Is it together?
Do it together.
Do it together if you want. I'll count you in.
What are we saying? Good luck, boys.
The weight of the world is on your shoulders, boys. Don't take that to heart. Look, we've got this far, but none of us expected to get to a World Cup. So let's just go for it, hope for the best, and yeah, if we make it, it'll be amazing. But if not, the journey will continue, and yeah, I can't wait to see where it takes us.
I'm Rohid. Of course, you can do it. One game. We've won plenty of big games before. We can do it. Bring on the World Cup.
Everything. Wales is just my life. Football is my life.
Do you want a bit more like a snowbird? Do you want to win a net?
You want to do that? You want to do that?
Oh, Bale.
The pressure of words.
Because I know I said something really stupid before. Just lads, have like such a good time.
Lads, let's have a good time.
Okay, no, what can I say?
I was a kid, right, in 1958, believe me, and it's been a long time.
Too long.
Too long, way too long.
Such an uplift for the people of Wales as well, I think, and put Welsh football really on the map in the top tier.
This is your chance now. You need to get over there, guys. It's over to you, and we're willing you to do it. We're all with you. Just go for it.
Seeing what they put into the shirt, innit? Some of these boys, they don't play every week for their clubs and whatever, but as soon as they play for Wales, it's different gravy. They put their heart and soul into the shirt and everything, so no, it's brilliant.
Dwi'n meddwl fydd o jyst yn anhygoel gweld Cymru yn perfformio ar llwyfan rhyngwladol, a dwi'n meddwl fydd y fans i gyd yn cefnogi nhw. Dwi'n meddwl eith godi Cymru, fydd pawb mewn hwyliau da yn gweld nhw. Ie, dwi'n meddwl fydd o'n ffantastig, fatha oedd yr Euros yn amazing, a dwi'n meddwl fydd hyn yn ella'n hyd yn oed gwell gan i weld.
Wales qualified for the first World Cup since '58, I think it is. I think that'll be different to anything that you're ever going to see before. Can't lie, but I'm looking forward to it.
No, good luck, and hopefully we can do it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Good luck. Good luck, boys. You're going to be doing this now for us.
Okay, lads, good luck for Sunday. Do your best, give it a shot. The Red Wall, we were behind you, and let's hope for a win. Come on, Wales. Good luck, boys. You know, once in 50 years, get us to the finals.
Good luck, Cymru.